friends, how are you today? I'm doing okay. I'm still here. But I wanted to talk about a movie today. I've been watching a lot of YouTube lately and listening to recaps of the Howard Stern show on some downloads that I had. And for some reason, this movie keeps popping up and I have not seen it in a long time. So I decided to start looking for it. And because I'm still going through the process of taking inventory on my Blu-rays and DVDs, I can't seem to find my DVD copy, so I decided to upgrade it, place the order, put it in. It cost me $5 to get, and the movie is called The Wrestler, starring Marissa Tomei and Mickey Rourke.
Great to meet you.
1, 2, round.
It is a drama type, is it a drama? I'd say it's a drama. Yes, it's pretty much a story of what happens to wrestlers once they become big, and then they are forced to start wrestling in like the private circuits, when they start wrestling like at like VFWs and PALs and different places like that, like these really low budget type places, which is pretty much what they have to do in order to survive. It pays for wrestling's what they know, so they continue to wrestle. So this is I would say a pretty good depiction of what happens to a wrestler. Oh, not all of them, but a lot of them that don't turn to acting or whatever. I have seen the documentary called, I think it was Beyond the Mat, and it talked a little bit about Jake the Snake Roberts and a lot of the wrestlers that I was big fans of back in the day. And this movie is pretty intense. I mean, it shows the things that they have to do in order to win a match. You know, the things they have to do in order to make their money. You know, even though they're not making the big bucks with the WWF or the WWE, they have to make their money somehow. So they're doing these like really dangerous stunts and dangerous things for little bits of money. I mean, the man portrayed in this movie is literally living in his van for a while because he can't afford to pay rent in this like little dive hotel motel / little housing complex that he was living in. And it does have a little bit of a side story going into it, because it's what I took from this. Okay, I watched it last night. I've seen it before. What I took from it is it's a movie about choices. Okay, it's a movie about aging. You know, it's a movie about the struggling of aging. I took that more than it was a wrestling movie. At some point in your life, what you're doing with your life, if it's something that's very strenuous or takes a toll on your life in general, you got to make choices. You got to make choices. So we got the wrestler, which is the main character, and he is getting older in age, and he's no longer has that high, you know, ratings, and people are not. He's not like the Hulk Hogan anymore, or the Rock. You know, he's not that big guy anymore. Now he's just, you know, he's that guy that everybody remembered, but is not as popular as the newcomers, the young guys. He's the old guy, you know what I mean? And his knees are blown out, and he's taking medication left and right, you know, to kill the pain, you know, which a lot of wrestlers, I guess, do, but because, you know, slip discs and hurt backs, hurt necks, you know, hurt legs or hips. I mean, they got to take the medication. This is all pretty much true type stuff. So you have the wrestler, who's the main character, but then you have his love interest, which is a overaged or aging a stripper, and she is also struggling with the fact that she's getting older, and the young guys that are going to the strip clubs, they don't want to pay to see an older woman strip anymore, and she's struggling with this, and he's got this thing for her that he sees beyond, you know, the stripper part of it. He sees her for you know, the person that he's been going there for a long time. What's really cool about this is there's a special features on the Blu-ray. I'm not sure about the DVD, but the special feature on the Blu-ray. It's called, I think it's a Wrestling Roundtable. And it has Lex Luger, Roddy Piper, Diamond Dallas Page, Greg the Hammer Valentine, Brutus the Barber Beefcake, and did I say Roddy Piper? I don't know. He's my favorite. So, but it has these guys. They're all sitting around and thinking. What they did is they just got done watching the movie, and and pretty much they have this guy interviewing them and asking them how accurate or the portrayal of this wrestler is true to life. They're true to what happens to wrestlers once they leave the wrestling circuit, once they leave the big time, and now they're wrestling on these in these carnivals and these little bars and these little clubs, and they're making minimal money, what I mean? And he's asking them questions like this, which I thought was pretty much just as interesting as the movie. But the movie itself is really good. I mean, he reaches a point, not giving anything away, but his body's just beat. It's done. He can't do it anymore. But that's all he knows. All he knows is being in that ring. All he knows is feeling the excitement of the crowd and everything. And she's kind of in the same situation. That's all she knows is this, being around all this, the center of attention, and people always look. But they're aging, and they have to figure out. They should have had some kind of fallback plan, something. What are we going to do now? You know what I mean? Because as everybody knows that once wrestlers reach a certain age, a lot of times you see them at these shows where they're just signing their autographs or whatever. It's just age takes a toll. It just happens. These could be the nicest guys in the world, but after beating up your body for that amount of time, there's really nothing else you can do. So he ends up actually leaving. He has a heart attack, and he leaves the wrestling, and he gets a job working in a deli, and he's cutting meat in the deli and everything. But the sad thing is people start recognizing him, and I can't imagine what that would feel like, being this big guy with your name in lights, and millions of people loving you, and thousands of people want to see you, and then all of a sudden you're working at a deli. I mean, everybody has their purpose in life. Everybody has, even a deli worker, he's got a job. It's an honest job, but it's got to be tough going from this status to just the regular status of a normal everyday kind of guy, and it beats him, and he reaches a point where he realizes that, even though wrestling might kill him, he's willing to take that chance because that's what he loves. That's what he knows. That's all he cares about. So anyway, I had to go back and relive this movie. I was like, I'm going to pick it up on Blu-ray because I know that I'm going to watch it. I can't find the DVD anywhere. I know it's got to be in this somewhere. I'm going to come upon it, and then I'm going to file it away. But it was definitely worth an upgrade. If you have not seen The Wrestler, it is an adult movie. There's my disclaimer. It's adult. Don't watch it with the kids. It's not fun and happy wrestling. There's a lot going on. It's dealing with drugs and strippers and abuse and a lot of stuff. So it's definitely a drama. And I'll tell you right now, Mickey Rourke. I loved him in Iron Man 2. I think out of all the Iron Man movies, to be perfectly honest with you, Iron Man 2 is my favorite just because I really like the Mickey Rourke character. This guy is he's huge. He's jacked. He for an older guy, he's in good shape, and he plays this role. I couldn't think of anybody else that they could probably get to play a similar role as serious. He really took on the wrestling character, and he just owned it. It was just so well done. So if you're looking for a good drama movie, and you're a wrestling fan, and if you are a wrestling fan, then what happens to these guys. You kind of get an understanding of what happens to these guys once they reach a certain age. They go from being huge to just, it's a sad but true story, and this may not be based on a real person, but it is definitely based on facts of what happens to these people once the fame has reached its peak, and they're forced to go underground pretty much, and do things that they normally wouldn't want to do, to just to make a buck, That's what this movie's all about. So, I don't know if it won any awards. It says, just witness whatever. It doesn't say. Usually on the front of the DVD or the Blu-ray, they'll put winner of whatever. But I'll tell you right now, if Mickey Rourke didn't win an award for this role, he should have. Because it was intense. It was really, really intense. He did a really, really good job. I didn't have a doubt in my mind of how he was playing, who he was playing, and what he was trying to do. It looks so real, and just the feel, even the filming. I don't want to get too much into a lot of detail, but it's very gritty. It's very gritty, and it's almost got like the fighter feel about it. It's like almost like it's filmed in a more raw type filming But the cameras are good. Everything's steady, everything's good. Sometimes when they get to that raw thing, you get the jumpy cameras and everything. That I can't stand. This was filmed very, very well, and it just has that very dark, gritty feel about it. It's just you can tell it's a tough movie. It's a tough watch. You know what I mean? But it was enjoyable, and it was really good. So if you have not seen this movie yet, I recommend it highly. The movie is The Wrestler. So thank you for watching. Please hit that like button, please hit that subscribe button, and I will see you later.